Hello everyone, today we are going to discuss about molecular orbital theory MOT, which was given by Hund and Mulliken in 1932. This theory explains about the mixing of atomic orbital with each other and the formation of molecular orbital, by which we can understand the formation of H2 molecule. We can understand why He2 is not formed. We can understand the formation of molecules of we can say diatomic molecules, or we can say hetero or diatomic molecules, and we can understand the polyatomic molecules also, formation of polyatomic molecules also. So I'll take the example of hydrogen first. Okay, so how hydrogen molecule is formed? As you know, the hydrogen atom, I am talking about atom. Okay, atom has electronic configuration 1s1. So if I mix these two orbitals, these two atomic orbitals of these two hydrogens, then I can get this H2 molecule. So how the mixing is going to take place, and what is the benefit to study this molecular orbital theory? What type of questions are coming in competitive examinations? So that we have to see. So first we will make the MO diagram, molecular orbital diagram of H2 molecule. This is MO, molecular orbital of H2, and here I will take atomic orbital of one hydrogen. Here I will take atomic orbital of another hydrogen. I know it has 1s1 configuration. So I will represent this electron like this way. I will represent this electron like this way. Clear? Of this. We can study actually atomic orbital and molecular orbital in this way. This is the increasing order of energy. Okay, we will study it like that, from downward to upward direction. Clear? So here the mixing of atomic orbital will take place. How? You can see one electron and one electron, they will come here. Okay, first according to energy the electrons will be filled here. Okay, this is actually bonding molecular orbital, and this is anti-bonding molecular orbital. Okay, we represent it by sigma. If it is 1, sigma 1s2, and it is represented by star by putting star on it. So sigma star 1s2, 1s0. Okay, because 0 electrons are there. So if you see, by this electron and this electron, mixing of electrons and orbitals takes place, and bonding molecular orbital has 2 electrons, whereas anti-bonding orbital is having 0 electron. So why we are making it? What is the benefit of this? Okay, I'll explain you this. First, we can determine the bond order of this H2 molecule, bond order of H2. The formula is simple: number of electron in BMO minus number of electron in ABMO upon 2. Clear? So you can see how many number of electrons in BMO, you can see 2 and 0. So it will be 2 minus 0 upon 2, that is 1. That means hydrogen and hydrogen is having single bond, and that bond is sigma bond. Clear? Because you can see sigma bond formation is there. Now second, you can understand the nature of H2. Nature means whether it is paramagnetic or diamagnetic. If unpaired electron is there, then it is paramagnetic, otherwise it is diamagnetic. So in this MO, I am talking about this MO, can you see any unpaired electron? No, because there is a pair of electrons. So the nature will be diamagnetic. So nature will be diamagnetic. Clear? Bond order is directly proportional to bond dissociation energy. Let me explain you this thing very clearly. If carbon is having single bond with it, carbon is having double bond, carbon is having triple bond. So bond order, if I am talking about bond order, then it has one single bond is there, two, three bonds are there, so three. Clear? So we require more energy to break this bond because it is having 1 sigma and 2 pi. Clear? And to make pi bond, as you know, the pi bond is prepared by the collateral overlapping of pp orbitals. So the atoms are coming near for the formation of pi bond. So now in pi bond condition, the atoms are near, so bond length is very less. So bond dissociation energy is very high. So I can say bond order, okay, if bond order is directly proportional to bond dissociation energy, because we required more energy to break more bonds, that is very simple. But bond length is inversely proportional, I can say. Bond length is inversely proportional, because if bond length is more, then bond order will be less, like in this. Clear? If bond length is less in this case, so bond order will be higher. So this relation you also keep in your mind, and this thing is also directly proportional to stability. Clear? I am including this thing also with this. Stability directly proportional to bond order. Bond order directly proportional to bond dissociation energy, and this is inversely proportional to bond length. Clear? So we can see this, and now we can write the electronic configuration also. What is electronic configuration of H2 molecule? I am not talking about atomic or electronic configuration. Atom's electronic configuration is already written there. Okay. Now the question arises about molecular orbital. Clear? So MO, molecular orbital of H2. So what happened? We can write from downward to upward direction. This is sigma 1s2, comma up. If there is electron, then I have to write, but there is no electron, so there is no need to write. So this is the electronic configuration of H2 molecule. Clear? Now could you imagine the formation of H2 plus and H2 plus and H2 minus? Can you imagine with me? Suppose I am taking H2 plus, okay. So what will happen? I am going to make changes in this diagram, okay. So this is H plus, I will make 1 plus. So this electron will be disappeared. This electron will be disappeared. Clear? So this electron will also be disappeared. So what will happen? This is 0, but this is 1. So sigma 1s1. First the electronic configuration will be changed, sigma 1s1, and the nature will be paramagnetic now. Paramagnetic. And the bond order will be different. 1 minus 0. That is 0.5, that means dot. Clear? So H and H plus is having 0.5 bond order. Clear? So I will write the bond order of these species here, that is 0.5. I will write ABMO electron also with this. How many ABMO electrons are there? 0. So 0. Why I am writing ABMO electron, I will tell you. Wait for a minute. Okay. Now I am taking the another species, H2 minus. Now imagine with me, this is H2 minus. Clear? In earlier you have to make it plus here also. Okay. Now I am taking H2 minus. So I will take H2 minus here minus. That means 2 electrons are there. 1s2 is there. This is 1s2. So 2 electrons are there. Now the configuration is slightly changed. This is 1, this is 2, and electronic configuration will be sigma 1s, sigma star 1s1 also. Nature paramagnetic will be there because unpaired electron is there, but this phenomena is going to be changed. It is 2 minus 1, but the bond order will be same, and H minus, or this will be the scenario of H2 minus molecule. Clear? So if I put 0.5 here, how many ABM electrons are there? 1. Clear? Before I have to write H2 also, okay, which we started first. H2 has one bond order. Clear? Now you can see, if someone asks about the stability order, then what will be the stability order? Stability order. According to bond order, the stability order, that means H2 will be highly stabilized, okay, among these three. But if I am comparing these two, 0.5 and 0.5, then that species will be more stable, which is having less electron in ABMO, that is H2 plus. Okay, so the stability order will be H2, then H2 plus, then H2 minus, because bond order is 1, 0.5, 0.5, and ABMO electron are 0 and 1. Okay, so this is all about the stability order of this. Clear? So in examination you can get these type of questions. Now I am taking the second one, that is He2. Okay, why He2 is not formed? As we know that noble gases are monoatomic, they are not diatomic. Okay, because their octet is completed, so they remains in monoatomic state. Okay, they do not form any bond, but by the molecular orbital theory we can prove it. Okay, and I am going to prove it. So let's check it out. I am making some changes here. If you are comfortable, okay, so please. I am taking the second example, that is He2. Okay, okay, He, it has 1s2, He, it has 1s2. I am taking two He atoms. I am taking two He atoms. One is here, one is there. Now MO of He2. Okay. Now you see two electrons are there. As we see the electronic configuration, two electrons are there, two electrons are there, two electrons are there, and two electrons are there. So first we are talking about bond order of He2. Okay, that is 2 minus 2, 2 minus 2, that is 0. That means He2 does not exist. If bond order is 0, then that species will not exist at all. So we will put full stop here only. Okay, then there is no need to determine nature, electronic configuration, stability order. Clear? Because He2 does not exist. If something is not existing, then there will not be any kind of nature, electronic configuration and stability. Clear? So this is the experimental, or we can say the molecular orbital theory proved why He2 is not formed. Clear? So you can do it. If 1s, if 2s is coming in coming species, okay, then you can take like this way. 1s you can make like this, okay, then 2s you can make like this. So this is 1s, 1s, 2s, 2s. Clear? Increasing order of energy will be like this, and you can prepare it like that. The MO diagram can be prepared like that. Clear? So I hope you will prepare it. You can make the next I am giving you homework, that is hydrogen, helium, lithium, Li2, then Li2 plus, then Li2 minus, then beryllium Be2, Be2 plus, Be2 minus. So this is your homework. Okay, so you have to complete it. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Tomorrow we will take the next part of molecular orbital theory, in which we can have the next molecules. Okay, next means after this beryllium you will find boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon. These have actually p orbitals also. Okay, you know, if you see the electronic configuration, the p1 is there with boron, and up to neon p6 is there. So p orbital is there. So this has a certain technique which I will tell you tomorrow. Today I will give you some tricks, okay, to determine the bond order directly, which I will discuss today. That is very simple trick, okay, because in our syllabus up to IIT and NEET examination, if number of electrons are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, then bond order you can directly say 10, 10, 12, 32, 10. Okay. So suppose I am telling you, this is a simple trick by which you can determine the bond order directly, because in competitive examination you have very less time. So if I am telling you write the bond order of N2, so how many electrons are there? You know the atomic number of N, it is 7. 7 and 7, 14. 14 means 3. So bond order will be 3. Okay, if I am telling you N2 minus, then you can see one electron is added in the system. So 14 plus 1, 15. 15 means in between them. In between them means 2.5. Mean of these values. So that will be 2.5, because this total is 15. So by this trick you can determine the bond order. 2.5 is there. You can take O2 plus. Okay, you know oxygen comes on 8th position, so 8 electrons are there. 8 2s are 16, 16 minus 2, 14, 14 means 3, so bond order will be 3. If it is O2 minus, then 8 2s are 16, 16 plus 2, 18, 18 means 1, so bond order will be 1. If simple O2 is there, then 8 2s are 16, 16 means 2, then the bond order will be 2. Means bond order means O plus and O plus is having triple bond. O minus and O minus is having single bond. O and O are having double bond. So this is bond order. So by this technique you can determine. And one more problem is there, nature. You can determine this also. Okay. So odd number of electron, then it will be paramagnetic. And if even is there, even number electron, then diamagnetic. Okay, but in even number 10, 16 and 32, 10, 16 and 32, they will come here. Okay, plus, I will add plus. Now you can see, if I am talking about N2 means 7 plus 7, 14, 14 means even number. Even number means diamagnetic, the nature will be diamagnetic. Clear? Now I am talking about this. So this will be diamagnetic, and this will be 7, 7, 14 and 1, 15. 15 means odd number means paramagnetic. So this will be paramagnetic. So by this technique you can determine the nature also. But you remember, please keep remembering, these are the even numbers, okay, but they are not diamagnetic, they are paramagnetic. So in odd number of electron you have to add these 10, 16 and 32, these 3 digits also. Okay, so this is the technique also, short trick, but tomorrow we will discuss about boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon, because they have p orbital also, and in p orbital there is a certain technique also, trick and technique, so we will discuss by tomorrow. Okay, thank you so much.